What's up, everybody? So we are back.
We are back
For a fourth installment. I think we're on the fourth installment, right? So fourth time. The first time we did New York Yanks fan 7, Vince and myself. We did our top 40 cards in a Smackdown challenge, 1 through 40. Then we did 41 through 80. Then we did 81 through 120. And today, for everyone's pleasure, we will be doing our 160th best card to our 121st best card. Are you excited, Vince? Are you excited?
Like, full disclosure, if I wasn't this organized, I wouldn't have gone past the first video. Okay. Because what a pain in the ass to have to pull all these cards out if I didn't have them already in order on an Excel file, right? So
yeah, I actually struggled today. I was like, it took me like about an hour or two getting first is just doing the analysis, figuring out, well, which card should be in my 160th to 121st. Then it's the challenge of finding all the cards, in an Excel spreadsheet, marking them all down. So yeah, it takes a lot of prep. For those of you that may think that this is just some, this took me some time to put together. So hopefully everyone appreciates the work that went into all this.
Took me like 5 minutes.
Did it really? Are you that organized?
I've got them all in a depreciate, low, top to low value,
right.
And I got them all numbered, and I got those cases, and I just kind of go through and I just pull them out and then line them up, and that's really it.
No,
yeah.
Not me. It takes me a long time to kind of figure out. I have no idea going into today which cards there were going to be. So let's see. We got a couple people saying hello. We got Mike Lowe. Hey fellas, happy New York. Is that what that means?
New York. New holiday.
Yeah. You guys, don't worry. Well, do you think there'll be a Yankee card that we'll show at some point during this? Maybe a Yankee card.
There might be more than one.
Let's go Yankees! Yes, Keith, I'm down with that.
Yes.
Brownie says, "Hello guys. Do you both own Brady rookie cards and a PSA 10?"
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Two of them.
We do.
Two.
We appreciate it. Yes. Thanks, Hall of Fame card collector. Colorado sports dude says, "Hi all. Time for a fun showdown. This would take me half a day." Yeah, it took me about 2 hours to put all these cards together. What's up? 357. What's up? Anthony Volpe. I have that one. I actually found a Sapphire Volpe that I pulled out of a box. I didn't even know I had it.
Nice.
So
I like when that happens.
Yeah, it's way off center though. It was kind of, it's like I was like happy to find it, but I was like, ugh.
All right, so this is one of those bullshit spam posts that you just put up there. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
All right, let me take it off then.
Yeah.
All right, so should we jump into it?
Let's do it. We got a great show tonight. We got very funny comedian Martin Short is with us tonight. No. Who do you want to do?
Yeah. So why don't you kick it off, and then we'll go back and forth from number 160 down to 120.
160. Okay, so card number 160 for me is this Bowman Yogi Berra 1950 and a 5.5.
That is a nice card at 160. That's a 5.5. I've almost purchased that multiple times. I don't know why it's passed me by so many times. That's a really cool card too.
Yeah,
I have Yogi Berra in my in my group somewhere. I was looking up. Yogi Berra won. He has 13 World Series rings.
Was it 13?
Well, if you count as a coach too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think he had 10 as a player.
Yeah, 10. I thought.
Yeah,
playing.
10, and then another 3. Can you imagine having 13 rings? That's a really cool card, though. All right, for me, number 160 is 53 Topps Warren Spahn. This was a card that I did my 1,000 card lot, and this was one of them, and I got it graded. Came back as a 3. Really awesome card, but not in great condition, unfortunately. I was looking it up. Warren Spahn in 1953 went 23-7. Led the league in wins, ERA plus, FIP, WHIP, and Ks per 9. Boom! There's some knowledge for you.
I remember when you bought that lot. I mean, I think you got a lot of value out of that if you want to put the effort into getting the cards pulled and graded, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot of 50s stars and Hall of Famers in that. I think you.
At the time, I was like, you don't know what you're buying because you're getting this lot of. They showed 2 pictures of some of the cards that you were going to get, but I was very happy with the lot. Although I mentioned to you before, they sent that in I couldn't believe the box that they sent it in. Nothing was in penny sleeves. That Warren Spahn was just sitting out, and but I was very happy with the whole lot. And I almost wish I had purchased more of it because it was my only, all my vintage, 90% of my vintage collection is from that lot.
Wait a minute. So there was more than one lot available at the time?
Oh yeah, they used to do. I don't know if they still do it, but they would have lots of 1,000 of cards, and you'd bid, and sometimes there'd be 10 different lots, and I ended up winning one of 10 different lots that went for auction. Yeah.
Well, I did not know that. All right. So you talk about Yankees. Another Yankee coming right at you here with a 61 Roger Maris and a 7.
Nice. I actually recommended that. One of my buddies was going to buy a gift for his uncle or something like that, and he was a Yankees fan. I was like, well, when did he grow up? He said he grew up in the 60s. And that was the card that I recommended to him. I was like, why don't you buy the 61 Maris, the year that, he hit 61. And so I think it was a lower grade than that. But that is a real, I was like, that's a card that I would love to own. And he ended up getting it.
A little off center. You know who has a nice copy of this is Foo 3112, unless he sold it. But last I recall, he had a really nice 8 of this card, which is really sharp. So,
yep. Yeah. Nice. All right, so we are at 159. So we got the Ron Santo rookie. This is in a PSA 6. This is one of those cards that I purchased ungraded at a show in White Plains, and got it graded. This is a card that I thought was going to get, when I first kind of got back into collecting, I thought this was going to get an 8 or a 9. And it came back as a 6. I remember being really disappointed, but a 6 is pretty good for a card from 1961. Not bad, So really cool card there.
They say PSA 6 in the 60s is collector grade, but you know what? I don't know. That's high enough grade that I think it's a little more than just collector grade. Excellent mint condition is a nice condition card. Something that's 60 something years old now at this point, right?
Right.
Or, 61 years old. All right, so kind of a modern card, and the first of 2 consecutive Bryce Harper cards, but it's this one from 2012 Topps Archives fan favorites, autographed, and a 9.
I would assume that's a kind of a hard card to comp, right? How do you even sell a lot? I don't think I've ever seen that card before.
I actually. Sometimes there might be a BGS 9, and I'll add a little bump to that. This one, I think one of these did sell recently. I have it in November. One sold for just under $600.
Okay.
So, yeah, I like Bryce Harper. I've said it more than one occasion. Still a young dude, and he's got a lot of years left, and he's already played a long time as it is. So
2 MVPs now.
Yeah.
On a second MVP, and what is he, 20?
29?
29? Yeah.
29 this year, I think.
Right. All right, let's see.
30. Yeah. He'll be 29. He turns 30 in October of this year.
30 in October. Yeah. No, he's put a nice resume together already.
Yeah.
All right, next up for me is this Derek Jeter purple. I don't know how it ended up this high, but really, this is one of those cards that when when I first got back into collecting, it's around this time, 2013. And I remember when I first got back into collecting, I would go to like Target and open up a box of like back when there used to be cards at Target, and you'd open up a blaster from like I remember sitting. I would go buy a box of like 2013 Topps Chrome, and then open it in the parking lot. And I remember thinking to myself, like this, like what a waste of money. And because you'd be like, oh, I'd spend like $30, $40 on a blaster of Topps Chrome. I get something like this, and I'd be like, that's a cool card, but it's like it's not worth anything. But the fact that it's this high up on the list is pretty cool. Some a Derek Jeter. This one's like a little bit of like it's a parallel because it's like a purple parallel, but.
Is it numbered?
Back to those days of sitting in the car and like eating McDonald's and opening baseball cards in the Target parking lot.
Yeah, getting grease on your cards. Is that numbered? Being purple refracted?
No, nope. Just I'm just going based on. I don't know how you base your values off of, but I use vintage card prices.
Yeah,
that website, and I just download to Excel the whatever their last price is and use that as my basis and then I sort. So that's I don't know, but that's just a regular purple parallel.
I use eBay completed listings, and if the card isn't there, sometimes I try to like extrapolate a price based on surrounding grades or other companies' grades relative to what PSA would be. It's not some I struggle with. Yeah, I don't use VCP or anything like that, any of those tools that are out there, because they're not very complete. And I think I have a lot of cards in my collection that just wouldn't show up in there. So,
right.
You know what I mean? It's more modern, I think, centric, those tools and utilities, I think, at least for now anyway.
Yeah, I didn't think the vintage card prices I like, because you could put your entire collection in there. And it, and you could download your entire collection to Excel, and I have about 400 cards logged in. That there are definitely cards that are not in their database yet. But the cool thing is that they look at eBay sold listings, and they look at like all the auction houses, like Vintage and Gold. Yeah. So they look at all of those prices. But where they lack is some of this the modern stuff. They won't have in the database. So.
All right, so they're more vintage,
right?
Vintage card prices. They're more vintage focused, and then the other ones out there are pretty much all modern stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Yeah, I haven't jumped in on the utility yet. I kind of just do it old school and look it up myself, and it's painstaking and eye straining, but it's free.
Yeah.
So, so I also have a purple refractor. Again, this is the second of two Harpers. This is the 2011 Bowman Chrome draft BCP #1. He has another card in this set that I also have, purple refractor 10. I'm not sure why this one is valued higher, but this is part of my my non-auto colored refractor run of things I was doing a few years ago, where as auto refractor rookie is big bucks, but this is like the next best thing. It's still a parallel, but it's not autographed, therefore not as expensive. I mean, I think I got this one and the other one on ComC for a little over $100 a piece. Whatever that was. So anyway,
that's nice. That's a nice card. Is that one numbered?
It is. These purples are numbered to 700. This is 458 out of 700.
Okay.
So yeah, it's numbered. Yeah.
All right. So I know you guys were worried about seeing some Yankees cards. So here's another Yankee card. This is a 56 Topps Elston Howard. Number 32, retired by the Yankees. I was looking up his numbers. 6-time World Series champ, 12-time All-Star, first ever African-American that played for the Yankees. I don't think he's ever come close to the Hall of Fame, but I could see one day, maybe getting in, through the Veterans Committee. But really nice looking card. You guys, and how much I love this set, the 56 Topps set. So what do you think of this one? Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a great card. I'm just looking at the card. I'm thinking, I think his rookie card is 55 Bowman. He doesn't have a Topps card, or am I wrong?
Right. I forgot. You know what? I forgot. That's definitely not his rookie card, but it's something like that.
I think it's a second year.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't know if I think he has a 55 Bowman, but not a Topps. I could be wrong on that, but I remember there's something kind of strange about that, maybe because of the contract stuff back then with the players and whatnot. But no, I don't know. I mean, the Hall of Fame. I mean, hell, if he gets in, the Posada gets in, right? I mean, right? So
well, Monty Irvin just got in, so there's been some interesting names that have gotten in through the Veterans Committee over the last couple of years, and
a couple are going to show up in this countdown.
Harold Baines.
Oh, Baines was that's almost like the My Cousin Vinny Oscar win. Like you wonder, did that really happen? Is that really, remember that? Like
Gil Hodges just got in.
Well, I think Gil Hodges deserved to be in. Yeah.
Right. He was like right on the. People talked about him for a long time.
Yeah.
But eventually it's going to get to some names like. You get the point.
So this is so hard to comp because the half grades, you don't see as many half grades. And so I got to work my little formula, but it only works if I have the sandwiching grades around it. And sometimes I don't have that. So anyway, it's a 67 Topps Pete Rose and a 7.5.
Nice. I like that. 1967.
67.
I don't even know if I have a card from 67. I guess I have to.
You must have a card.
I don't know. I'm sure I do, but it doesn't look that familiar. I'll probably end up pulling out a card from 67.
It's a great looking set. It's one of my favorite sets of the 60s, the 67. Yeah.
All right, next up, what are we at? We're at 156. The Wade Boggs, 1983, Don Russ, Wade Boggs. This is in a PSA 10.
Not bad.
Wait until you see the next card I'm going to show. I'm embarrassed to show the next card. I don't know how the cards landed this way, but this is the card that I have in a PSA 10. I was looking at the population is 1,300. So there's a lot more than you would think on the 83 first ballot Hall of Famer. But I almost want to show the next. All right, you go, but I have a reason why I'm bringing up the next card already. Because it just doesn't this. It's just a perfect explanation of how values of cards make absolutely no sense. But go.
All right, delete that stupid comment that just came up.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. Can I get rid of? Should I put the user in timeout?
Yeah, or bump him or.
All right, he's out.
Good. All right, where are we? Okay, so I'm up next. Okay, so you have an embarrassing card coming up next. Hey, that 83 Donruss cardboard is a little more forgiving than the 83 Topps cardboard. So I'm not sure what the pop count is on Topps 10s, but that old Topps cardboard is it's tough to keep in high grade. So
yeah.
Okay, for me, another half grade, just the way I like it. 65 Topps Hank Aaron 7.5.
Nice. Holy moly, 7.5.
7.5.
That's really nice. 1965. Okay.
So his 13th year, no, his 11th year card or 12th year card, right?
Your collection is insanely deep. Holy moly.
I've been doing it for a long time.
This is the difference, between people. You got in. Your collection was already pretty nice by the time I started to really get into it. I wish I had started earlier, but then at the same time, there's people that have just started over the last year or two that are probably wishing that they'd started when I did. So, but man, oh man, you probably got that card for real cheap at one point.
This, what I tell you, it's been a long time. Maybe a couple hundred. My collection. So if you look back, my very first ever video, but I have it on this channel now, and I didn't have, my collection was just a lot of raw cards, and I had a few PSA graded cards, and that was in 2008. So really, it was in the last decade where, and I think you came around in 2013.
Yeah, maybe even later than that.
Because I switched channels in 2013 to this one.
Yep.
I remember you came around, and then, but yeah, so really in the last decade, it's just kind of,
right.
I couldn't get all this stuff today. I mean, no way. I mean,
right. No. I know. I look back. I mentioned, the year in review. I looked at, I did my year in review, but I started to look back at some of the year in reviews that I did in like 2016 and 2017, and I was just like, oh my goodness, the cards I picked up in 2016, 2017. And I guarantee you, I probably spent a third of what I spent this year.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing what I was able to do with, much less funds back then. It's kind of sad. It's kind of depressing.
Hey, so just someone in the comment section, I'm not tanned at all. It's this freaking light giving the effect. Okay.
No matter how you do it, though, you look like you're in like
not red at all. I could. As I told you, I mean, I use Q-tips sitting here. I mean, as I told you, I'm as pale as they come right now in the middle of winter. So this is just the lighting and the camera here. I don't know. So here's a card that's fallen off big time. In fact, this would be, because you kind of already do this, so I'm not gonna copy your style. But this second year LeBron James in a 10, 2004 Topps Chrome. This card has dropped like a rock. I have this like around 600 or so. I mean, at one point it was like over, I think a little over 2, about a year ago. So what's that? Like 200% plus down on this one.
Wow.
So just the base, not just the base card. The base cards were like almost $2,000, like back in March, April of last year, February. whenever that was.
Yeah, I've thought about buying the LeBron, the Chrome, just because it's come down so much. It is tempting. Like it's definitely something that I've been watching it, because at one point the LeBron James, was it 2003 Topps Chrome?
2003
in a PSA 9. At one point it was going for around $10,000 in March.
Mm-hmm.
It's now dipped to under 3,000. So now it's going for around 2,900, and it's just tempting because it was there was a point where I was, tracking it when it was at 10. Now it's at 2,900. So I'm like, man, it's hard to pass up, but I don't know. I probably still won't buy it, but.
Well, here's the thing. If you were buying to try to flip it in short term, I would say stay away, but you're going to buy and you're going to keep it. So if you bought it today,
right,
in 10 years, you'll be glad you bought it. When you did.
There's a lot of people that, LeBron annoys a lot of people, and I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But it is one of those cards that's become, kind of synonymous with I've been collecting the most iconic cards of all time, and it's the sports card investor dealer. Did you watch his video? He did a top 10 today of the most iconic cards. He had that 2003 Topps Chrome LeBron James at like number 7 of all time.
I watch his stuff. I didn't get around to watching that yet. I saw it. I just didn't sit down to watch it. He's one of the few guys where I watch the video start to finish. The other guy who is outstanding is Vintage Card Curator.
Absolutely, yes.
He's like Ken Burns on YouTube with sports cards. I mean,
yes.
It's like usually when I watch your stuff, I got the slide bar going. I'm skipping through to the next card you're whipping up. I'm saying, okay, what's he got now? What's he got now? Right. But this guy, Keith, I just sit back, I watch it. It's so just awesome.
Like that video that I did recently of about sports card investors. That's it's taken the baseball card community by storm, which has been great. Like the reaction to that video was fantastic. But every single one of those guys, like Vintage Card Curator, commented on it. Sports Card Investor Dealer commented on it, and then today, the Sports Card Investor team commented on the video too. So
they probably thought you were calling them out, Joe. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if they know that though. I don't think they figured that out.
I don't think you were. I knew exactly where you're getting at with that video, and I was just kind of like, shh, you
know. Anyway, so this is the card that I was talking about. The Juan Soto 2018 Topps Update Juan Soto. I think I have like 3 or 4 of these. I've given away 2 of them. The population on this card is 19,580. And is actually the same price as a Wade Boggs. So these are both 10s. The population on this is 1,000. The population on this is 19,000. Wade Boggs, we know, is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and this card was from 1983. And you know that there's going to be, like, when it's all said and done, there's going to be about 30,000 of these in a PSA 10. Whereas there's only be 1,000, and they're the same price. So Juan Soto, hopefully he's as good as Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs, we already know is Wade Boggs, but it's just a perfect example of, like, how, people just, you can get these 2, you can get them for the same price right now. What would you rather have? I mean, it's a no-brainer to me. I'd rather have the Wade Boggs.
The problem with the Boggs, it's the Donruss. If it were a Topps, whole different story.
Right.
Because you got a Topps Soto there, but then you have a sort of a not very popular Donruss brand from early 80s, right?
Right.
So
yeah. Oh, by the way, you skipped me, so I'm going to go again.
Oh,
you went twice in a row.
Sorry.
The next one on my list is the Glaber.
Ouch.
The Sapphire Glaber, which I spent, I think, like $300 for this card. So it's actually gone down since I bought it. But this one came back as a 9. I bought it raw, came back as a 9. This is a guy. A lot of people are sleeping on Ohtani last year. What is it possible that this is a good card to buy now, like the Glaber? I mean, you can get his card in a PSA 10 now for like $15. Like, that's how much this card has just plummeted. Not the Sapphire, but just the base chrome, like for like $10, $15 in a PSA 10.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what do I know about collecting, right? But I wowould say that I don't think Glaber's cards will ever be any lower than they are this winter. Is my, non-expert. Okay, so yes, if you like Glaber and you like the Yankees and he's what, 27?
Right.
And
he plays for the Yankees. So, he plays for the Yankees. He plays.
And we know he can play. We know he can hit.
He's going to be playing either second base or shortstop this year, assuming they play a season. And he's going to have a shot at the World Series because he's on the Yankees. So,
He got a lot better after he switched over to second base.
Yes.
So let's see what a full season at second does for him, both mentally and also, numbers wise at the plate. So I'm excited. I have Glaber cards, they've gone down in price, whatever. Right. I suspect they will go up in price too at some point. And, maybe someday my kid will appreciate that I held on to him, All right, so it's my turn, right?
Are you at 153? I'm at 153.
All right, let me just double check here. I got to flip over to the Excel file. I am at 153.
Yep.
So here's a card that I purchased that I thought at the time was a really good price, and it was because it shot up like everything did. But now I think you could have this for less than what I paid for it. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 1975, Topps, his first card in the Lakers uniform, which sent me back around $800, and not long after it died, up approaching again $2,000. I think recently, because I was doing some updating, this one could be had for like around $600, maybe a little less, somewhere in there. So again, the significance being it's his first card in the Lakers uniform, and those types of cards are things with people, right? The first, Tom Brady in the Tampa uniform, that sort of thing. So. Plus, I'm a Lakers guy, so I didn't have any Kareem cards in my collection, so I figured get his Lakers rookie, if that makes any sense,
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That's an awesome card, and it's not like oversized too. If you're not into the oversized,
don't zero interest in those.
Right.
Which maybe it's probably for the better for my wallet. So
right.
So
All right, next up for me is the Puckett. This is the 84 Fleer update Puckett. This is one of those cards that, like, I don't know about you, it was one of those cards you'd see in the Beckett that I always wanted. I never see the 84 Fleer cards except for sometimes I'd see them at shows.
Yeah,
and the the Clemens and the Puckett and the Gooden, all those cards just seem so completely unattainable growing up. So I was happy to pick this card up a couple of years ago.
I did the same thing. For me, it was the Gooden, and at some point, many years, 10, 15, within the last 10, 15 years, I picked up all three of those cards in a PSA 9, the Clemens, the Puckett, and the Gooden, just to have them because I always wanted them as a kid.
Yep.
And they were just like, there was no, where do you buy that set, right? You had
exactly.
There was no eBay, right? Nope. There's no, I had no card stores, that
was another problem I had with the, so he did the top 10 iconic cards, which I had to agree with his list. Like, his list was really good, but he didn't even have an honorable mention for any of the iconic 80s cards. Like, there was no Jose Canseco honorable mention. There was no Don Mattingly honorable mention. So that was, otherwise his list was really good, but those junk wax cards, I feel like are just as iconic as 2003 LeBron James.
So there's your next video, Joe. You could do a point counterpoint to collector investor dealer.
I was reading. I don't know if you read it, but on the message boards, the blowout message boards.
I check them out occasionally.
There's a whole thread of people talking about which YouTubers are your favorite and which ones you want to punch.
I saw that thread. I got one mention.
Right. Yeah. So I was mentioned, I think 2 or 3 times, but every single person's like, which the guy does a fantastic job, but baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. Yeah. Everyone's they basically said that he is like so much above all of us. And then we're like, there's crap. And then there's all of us. But so that's why I'm like I'm really paying attention to like what he's saying. And I'm like, no, I don't agree with that. Yeah. It's like, but he did a great job. It's just like the LeBron James. I was like, nah, it's not a top 10. But anyway, go. Isn't it your turn? It's your turn, right?
Yeah. So I watched him for a while. There's like some odd Benjamin Button sorcery going on with that guy because he looks way younger now than he does in some of these pictures he shows himself like 10 years ago. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't know it's like, you know what I mean? Like, he's 30 years old, but like his old photos, he's like 40 something. It's like, what's going on here with this guy? But no, he's and also I think he was a film guy. He actually, I was watching one of his videos and he was talking about how he almost sold a project to Warner Brothers, him and some other film buddies, and it didn't get picked up or whatever. So he has a film background, and so he really knows how to put together a nice video that flows nice, and you know what I mean. So
no, and the cool thing is that he's had experiences that I honestly haven't had. Like, I've barely sold. I've sold like 2 cards in my life, But he, what I think is really interesting is people that have had experiences where they've met, like, they bought out entire collections. Like, I've never done anything like that before. But anyway, back to the list.
Is it me?
I don't know. Maybe somebody.
Well, I showed a Kareem, and then you did what?
I showed the Puckett. So did you? Maybe it's
that's right. So it's my. Oh, here we go. Because then you got on the old tangent of the iconic cards, right? So, all right. So here's a mantle from my mantle run, but it's not a. It's sort of like an alternate. It's the 61 Topps MVP card of mantle, which
nice.
I think has the distinction of being either. I think maybe the second I ever bought after the 66, back when I started collecting mantles, base run. So PSA 7, nicely centered. Just a mantle.
Yeah, whatever. Just a mantle.
I watched your video with Baseball Collector. What the hell what were you doing on that program with your advice? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
You actually recommended the same card I always recommend.
Yes, that's coming up. Don't shh.
And also the I think he might have said like either that one or one time someone asked me the question, I have $500. What do you recommend? I said the nicest centered, highest grade 69 tops you could buy, because it's his last card and it has all the stats on the back.
Oh, right.
So if you got to pick one and your budget, obviously the later the years, the better. So that was my advice. So very similar to what you guys are talking about when you did that program.
Right. Which is very much not what the sports card investors would tell you. Buy a man.
No, there's one from the 96 Topps Chrome refractor insert numbered to, whatever. So.
I don't know why you'd buy a Mickey Mantle, why buy a Mickey Mantle when there was a player, there was a basketball card that went for $100,000 this week on eBay.
Giannis?
No, it wasn't some guy I've never even heard of before. It was I guess the next big basketball guy. And I just thought it was crazy. It went for $100,000 this week. It was from a guy I've never heard of in my life. So anyway, yeah. So don't buy that. Don't buy a Mickey Mantle.
So one argument I hear sometimes is people say, well, when the people that buy Mantle, when those people die, no one's going to buy Mantle. His prices will go down, right? Because you didn't see him play. But it's like, I didn't see Babe Ruth play. Yeah, I didn't see Ty Cobb play.
Right. I did meet Mickey Mantle once, so I do have that connection. But
yeah,
I don't think, I'm not worried about Mickey Mantle cards.
Yeah, no. So it's like just a pathetic argument to say that, well, when these older collectors, get old and die, then no one's going to care about these vintage cards that we're talking about. And it's like, we'll see about that.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right, next up for me is the Mookie Betts. This is the Topps update, just a Topps Chrome update and a PSA 10. Man, his cards were going nuts. What was it? It's interesting how people flock to different, it becomes a different it guy. But last year at this time, Mookie Betts was the it guy, I think.
Yeah.
And now it's Ohtani, I think. And so, but he didn't have a great year, Mookie Betts. A very disappointing year with the Dodgers, I think. So we'll see if he has a nice comeback season this year.
Yeah, I don't own any Mookie Betts cards, and I don't know if I ever will, just because the way I'm kind of shifting my focus a little bit with collecting. Right. I think as a lot of people are, So, all right, so I'm up. What's next? Okay, I have here a Hall of Famer, Ted Simmons, 1971 Topps, PSA 8.
Oh my goodness! Didn't he make the Hall of Fame?
He made it. Yes, he made it 2 years. 3
right.
I can't keep track of time anymore.
The Veterans Committee.
Yeah,
that's the only way to get into the Hall of Fame now. You can't make it through the normal.
But this guy, he really deserved to be in the Hall of Fame.
Right, right. So this is going to be the second year in a row where no one's going to get elected. Is anyone getting in this year?
I don't know. You want a little insight into what I was thinking about recently? Is I like Todd Helton. Todd, he's 40-50%. I mean, we don't know, but I feel like he'd be kind of the surprise guy that suddenly boom, all of a sudden, kind of maybe a Larry Walker kind of came. Was he kind of on the fringe and he was kind of back there, right? And he jumped up.
Right, that last year push.
So I was looking at. So Todd Helton has a 93 USA card, which is everywhere. It's a USA Olympic team card, and the Topps traded set. I think the good buy for Helton, and again, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, is a 1996 Topps Chrome card, which would today be classified as his rookie card because it's his first, playing year's card. He's in a Rockies uniform, and it's his first card since that USA card. Like McGuire had the 85 USA, then he had the 87 Topps, right? So I was looking at a Topps Chrome Helton in a 10. It's one on eBay right now. You can go see it. And I reached out to the seller, coded message, got direct email communication. And all right, what do you want to do here? And he's never, I don't know, he just wants to keep the card. He'd never responded to me. So
how much would a card like that go for?
So he has it up for $625. And I was willing to give him $400 for it. He wanted $450. He countered with a $450 offer on eBay. And I said, hey, let's take this offline. We'll both save some money. me more so. And then he never got back to me. So anyway, just to give you a little random insight into how I, thinking about the Hall of Fame this year and who's eligible. And
I feel like in the comments, everyone's kind of saying the same thing, that like they don't think anyone's getting in. Ortiz has the only shot, but I don't think he's getting in. He's not getting first ballot. I think he'll get in. I don't think he'll get in this year.
When is that? That's in like 2 weeks, right?
Something like that. Yeah. Like I think something like 30% of the vote is in. I think they have Ortiz, I think, would get in based on the votes that are in, but I guess the people that wait usually are tougher in terms of who they let in.
There's a lot of votes to count still.
Right. Exactly. So next up, I don't know how this card ends up here, and I have a couple of these. Do you have the Acuna in the top, in the Soto in a 10? I have like 3 of each or 4 of each, and I've given away a bunch too.
I do. They appeared in our first collaborative video because I have the bat down in a 10.
Okay.
And then I got the Soto update chrome refractor 250. So yes and yes, but they're not the base cards. They're the sort of SSP cards or whatever you want to call it, right? So
right.
Those are in our first video, Joe.
Right, but but you don't have like the base one, just okay.
The only other Soto I showed last time was that random 2017 Bowman Chrome thing that's kind of in between his auto first and then the rookie logo card.
There are, let's see, I thought I wrote it down. Yeah, 19,815 of these. 19,815 PSA 10s. Let me ask you a question. Which one? Like, let's say you had to pick Soto or Acuna 10 years from now. Which one are you going with?
Without a doubt, I go with Soto. Acuna is certainly no slouch, but if I got to pick one, I'm picking Soto. You asked me a question, I think, I don't know, it was the second video, like, hey, what's the state of the hobby? What do you think? And I think I responded with a kind of like a sort of odd answer because I was thinking, I think I said, well, we're waiting for a lot of cards to come back from PSA. I think what I meant to say was like, there's a lot like cards like that Acuna just showed. How many are still at PSA waiting to be graded?
Right.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
So when all these cards come back and the dust settles and you look at these pop reports, I think it's gonna be like, holy crap. I mean, you think Giannis is bad, or Zion is bad, right? I mean, maybe we haven't seen anything yet with some of these other, like, flavors of the month or of the sport, like an Acuna base card like that, which are everywhere, right? So, I don't own those base, and I stay away from, I think nowadays, stuff like that too. I think a lot of people are staying away, tens of that.
I think Jeremy is like saying that I'm taking, taking Acuna over Soto. I don't know why Acuna was higher up on my list. It just happened to be that. I'm just going based on vintage card prices. Blame them. Blame their site.
So it's me now.
Yeah.
And they call me Mr. Tibbs. No, they call him Bob Gibson. That's 1960 Topps. Bob Gibson, second year, 7.5.
Nice. You're a little pixelated. I don't know if that's me or what.
Might be you. I look good on my end.
Oh, okay. No? I also have a Bob Gibson.
Nice.
This is mine's 1971.
Yeah.
PSA 7. This was one of those cards. The way that I got this was one day I decided to just buy a bunch of cards off of 4 Sharp Corners. You ever use 4 Sharp Corners?
I used to use them all the time.
Right.
I have I spent yes, a lot as of up to maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So you can get this is kind of a fun thing to do. You can go on 4 Shop Corners. It's like 10% less than the eBay price.
Right. And there's no tax.
And it's sometimes I don't know. I've thought about doing it again is just buying a couple of vintage cards for real cheap. I'm at the time I bought this for $40. I bought this card for $40 on 4 Sharp Corners. But you can still there's still a lot of really cool vintage cards that you can get for 10 to 15% off of what's on eBay. You package it all together. You get one, ship it all together. Save yourself on shipping. But that's how I ended up with that card. Was paid, and I think I did a video of it of like 10 vintage cards that you can get for under $50, and that's how I ended up getting that card. And I'm glad I did because it's quadrupled over the last couple of years.
So for Sharp, they you're right. They would basically sell direct, less their eBay fees they'd be paying, right? So it was like less 15% or so, even 10 to 15% depending on their special. And then I don't know if they ever figured out, like, even though sales tax have been implemented, like I would buy, they weren't charging tax on my orders, so I got that benefit as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they do that. I don't know if they're charging sales tax now.
Yeah, I don't know if they. Yeah, so I haven't bought from them in a couple of years. So I don't know what it's like there, but I spent a lot of money with 4 Sharp. I bought my Jordan Rick in 4 Sharp corners.
Oh,
my 86 Fleer Jordan, yeah, back in the day, whenever that was. I don't have a lot of this guy in my collection. He's probably one of the most popular players around. It's Mike Trout, and this is the 2013 Topps Chrome sliding refractor.
Oh,
just the base refractor. I think it's numbered to this one. Numbered? I don't know. I think it's numbered, but. If it is, I can't see. I can't see anything anyway. So the base chrome refractor with a Rookie Cup logo. So that's the kind of significance. It's just a cool card.
Right. Now, a lot of Trout cards are, now's the time to get something like that. If you wanted to get it, now's the time to get some Trout cards, some Gleyber Torres.
Yeah.
All right.
Kershaw.
Next up for me is this Rod Carew PSA 7. I'm a sucker for, as you just showed off, the Cup cards. This is not Rod Carew's rookie, but it is his first card by himself. And you got the really cool, the Cup over here, obviously. So I don't know. I just really like this card. I think I got this ungraded and then came back as a 7 when I submitted it.
Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I have my mic off. No, I like that card quite a bit. No, that's not it, right? But it's a second-year card, and I was shopping for that card at one point. Never actually ended up getting it, obviously. But I think it's the same image they use also on the 69. I think they recycled the image on that.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yes.
I think it's just maybe blown up a little bit bigger. So
Right.
All right. Okay, so we have just part of my when I was assembling my base Topps Chrome run of LeBron. This one happens to fall whatever number this is, 2007 Topps Chrome. Again, just the base, not a refractor. LeBron James, cool looking card.
Nice.
So
for me, I don't know how this ended up here, but as a Griffey. The 89 Griffey, which where do you think baseball card investor dealer had this card?
I would say, all right, how old is that guy? He's like 10 years young. He's like almost 40 probably, right? Actually, I don't know, but I'm going to say he had it number 2.
This was number 4 on the list.
Okay.
Number 4, 89 Upper Deck, Ken Griffey Jr. Remember, he's considering, basketball and baseball. So, but he had that as number 4, which I have no problem with that.
Hey, Joe, get rid of that Russian BS in the comment section there.
Oh, sure.
Put them in timeout.
There's a lot of those types of people today, huh?
Coming out of the woodwork. Have it now. Everybody knows you from that video. So now you're going to be, targeted.
I know. It's like fending off all the fans. It's hard to deal with all of them.
I often hate this guy, but this is a nice card. I don't know. Altuve Gold rookie.
Altuve Gold, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you buy that before the whole thing went down?
I did. I bought this for like $105.
Okay, right. So it was before the
way before
scandal.
Like a year before, maybe.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
one of my favorite cards, because I'm a big fan of the 2018 Topps update, was the one with him. Like it was him and Aaron Judge, and it just said "a game for everybody." I love that card because I was like, that's so cool. Altuve is so successful and Aaron Judge, and it really truly is a game for everybody. And now I can't stand Altuve.
Yeah. What a load of shit.
Next up for me is Willie Mays. This is a 59 Topps Willie Mays, low grade PSA 3. But this was again one of those cards that I bought as part of that vintage lot. Got it graded. Glad I got all those, like the best cards I got graded before PSA. I mean, who the hell's paying $100 to get a card graded? I was paying. There was a point where I was paying like $8 to get cards graded, and I think the most I ever paid was like $15.
Yeah,
there's no way I'm paying $100 to get a card graded unless I had something like epic that I just had.
Well, yeah, and I know who's paying $100 to get graded, Alico, and he should, because you see the stuff he pulls out of his PSA sub returns, right? So those are the kinds of cards you send out for $100 to get graded.
Right.
You don't send the Jose Altuve Topps Gold to get graded for $100. Okay. You put that in a top loader in a penny sleeve, and then you maybe think about it sometime down the road. So, okay.
140. I think we're at 146.
I think you are correct, sir.
Yes.
So on the flip side, somebody I absolutely love, going from somebody I hate, somebody I love. Rookie card of Thurman Munson, not to be confused with Thurman Merman.
Nice.
Thurman Munson, PSA 8.
Nice.
You
got Dave man, I want that card. I don't have that card. Like, oh my god! And then the card that can I just skip my turn? Can we just do your card?
You want to what? Do my card?
My card. I don't know. Like how this is the weird thing about modern and like I just don't feel like this should be here. But the next card I have on my list is the Vlad. I have a Vlad rookie. It's a Topps Chrome Vlad rookie. You just showed a Thurman Munson rookie in a PSA, and my next up is Vlad Guerrero Topps Chrome. What are we doing?
So, Thurman Merman here has a very easy base Topps run to put together, and I've thought about it. I've got a lot of his key cards. I have the 71, the 72, 73, but I just can't stand the 79 and the 70. The 77 is okay, and the 74. Have you seen the 79 Munson? It's just terrible. It's just.
Well, now I'm gonna have to look that up. While you pull up the next card, I'm gonna look up the. Would you say it's the 1979?
This is last card, 79 Topps, Thurman Munson. It's just, I don't know. I have to like the way the card looks. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's mantle where I got all the mantles because I want all the mantles. But like now when I collect, I gotta have to like the card too.
That that one's not too bad. You think that one's? Yeah. Let's say share screen. Just so you guys see what we're talking about here.
It's Infinity.
This there we go. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I don't know if Steinbrenner, I'm surprised he allowed that haircut and that stash back then. Maybe when did he change his rule to clean shaven and short haircuts? In the 80s, maybe? Look at this guy.
I see what you're saying. But,
he looks like a short order cook at the TikTok diner on Route 3, Joe. Come on. Rest in peace, man. I love Thurman Munson. Great. He may be voted in by the Veterans Committee. I mean, he's, I don't know if he had 10 really good years. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those up for debate. Munson is involved. Right. Of course, I'm biased. Okay. Is it my turn, Joe?
I think so.
Would you just show? Because I showed Munson and you went and showed Vlad, right?
Right.
All right.
Thanks for bringing that back up.
Okay. Well, it doesn't get any better. So here's my Frank Robinson rookie in a 6.5.
Oh man. Damn, Frank Robinson rookie?
Yeah.
Oh man, that is cool. Yeah, that one I waited too long to pick up. That was on my list of cards to get, and then he passed away and his cards went nuts.
What grade? 8?
I was looking at a high grade, a high Frank Robinson. You know, there was a time when you could. That was one of the most underappreciated cards in the hobby for a long time.
Yeah, his stats are crazy. You look at his numbers; it's like, jeez.
Right. He's one of the greatest players of all time, and
yeah,
his cards are not treated like he's one of the greatest of all time.
So this one cost me. What do you think this cost me?
I don't. You know, like it would depend on when you bought it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll say $300.
You are correct, sir. $300.
The price is right.
You did know that.
All right. Next up for me is Stan the Man. Stan Musial. What did I want to say about this? Oh, I found one interesting fact. It is his only Topps horizontal card. So there. It's his only.
He doesn't have a lot of Topps cards.
Because he didn't have a lot of Topps cards.
He's got like 6 of them, right?
Right. It's a very limited group. So there you go. That's why this is at number 145. We are at our 145th best card in our collection. So, you know, the fact that this is my 145th best card is a Stan Musial from 1960. I think that's pretty good. Of course, you're pulling out Frank Robinson rookies and Thurman Munson rookies. So,
well, I didn't just buy them, Joe. I've had them for a long time. So, you know, take any comfort in that.
Oh, wait. Oh, God. Wait till you see my next card.
I mean, it's a common theme from you. Ladies, my next card. Oh my God.
I'm looking at my next card. Everyone's gonna laugh at my next card. Go.
So this one was 50. This one was actually, I think, $38. I bought this card for $38.
$38. Okay.
Here we go. Just Giannis Antetokounmpo, just a base hoops rookie in a 10.
Nice. I don't know. Like I've never attempted to say his name out loud.
Giannis.
You're right.
Giannis. Antetokounmpo or Antetokounmpo one. Anyway, you know who it is.
Imagine if I was like a famous broadcaster and I'm just like, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, imagine if John Sterling tried to pronounce his name.
All right.
All right.
My card, what are we at? 144 is Sam Vincent. 1990 hoops, Sam Vincent in a PSA 10.
Jordan.
And it's all because this guy, there he is. Jordan, who's wearing number 12 in that, obviously not wearing number 23. Somebody took his jersey, so he had to put on, I don't know how they didn't have an extra Jordan. Like nobody had a Jordan jersey he could wear. Like there was nobody in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's nobody that was willing to give up their Jordan jersey that day.
Well, Jordan's like what, 6'6", 6'7". So I mean, the kid wearing the Jordan jersey is probably like 5'8". You know what I mean? So probably like a bra.
So yeah, why isn't Jordan blocking that dunk? He looks like he's just like fuck it. So
I have I got a bunch of those. I got a couple of unopened boxes of that 90 hoops. I've already ripped a few boxes. I don't know if I pulled Sam Vincent card or not. Part of my Chasing Michael Jordan Junk Wax Journey series that it's it's this lame thing I do every so often because I got nothing else to do. So I got a bunch of some early 90s hoops and upper deck that I picked up to look for Jordan cards. Okay, another mantle from me. 57 Topps Berra mantle, PSA 6.
Oh, God, I want that card. I do. I really want that card. That's one of my favorite cards of all time. You just showed off one of my favorite cards of all time.
What are you waiting for?
I don't know. There's so many cards I want.
Instead of buying the fucking Mickey Mouse, you should be buying Mantle Berra, Thurman Munson. All right? Yeah, what we just talking about here?
I just bought a Muhammad Ali, too.
That one's actually pretty cool.
That one is cool. But I want the Mantle Berra. I guess I don't. If I'm calling it Mantle Maris, I guess I don't deserve it.
Mantle Maris.
The 2019 Topps Chrome Sapphire. Look at this. Look at how beautiful that card is.
Is that? Oh, it's Trout. Okay.
Trout nice. PSA 10. Yeah. This is one of those cards. I thought it was a genius when I picked this up. What did I get? Let me see what I got it for. I got this for $60. So I got this for $60. Sapphire, but I just think it's a cool shot of Trout too. Hopefully he has a good year, and this card, goes past your Berra mantle card in value.
I almost made a mistake. I was looking at a Trout Sapphire, and for whatever reason, I thought the 2018 was his first Sapphire, and so I was like watching those, bidding on those, losing out. 2017 is Trout's first Sapphire card, so I would have been like, oh, oops, second Sapphire card. Yeah, I want the first Sapphire card. You know what I mean? So,
right.
It was sort of a near miss.
Yep.
All right, so here's a card that probably will over time go up the ladder because you don't see them all that often. And it's hard to comp. But this is Verlander's Topps Gold Rookie from 2005.
Oh, nice.
And a 9.
Did you buy that graded already, or did you get it?
Oh yeah, everything I buy graded for the most part. Yeah, this is what. So I remember looking at this one, and I was also staring at the 10. The 10 was $650. I didn't want to spend $650 at the time. Now it's like probably $3-5 grand, whatever.
Yeah.
This one was like I think $100 and something when I bought it.
Yep.
So I went after him, the Scherzer, and then I told you the story about how the Kershaw. I got shot out of that because I was blocked by the guy because I returned his Ortiz rookie. Those were the 3 like big pitchers from that era that I wanted to have rookie cards for, and 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess.
Nice card. That's a really nice card. And he's a surefire Hall of Famer. All right, Acuna. Next card for me is Acuna Pink. This is a card that I actually would have thought would be higher up on the list. But I guess people just are not into the rookie debut. But it's a pink. Oh. It's an Acuna. It's a pink, and it's a 10. It's a chrome. It's not like it's the paper version or anything. But I think this card is so cool, and it's very affordable.
So I'm trying to pay attention to the chat. I'm not doing a very good job as per usual, but. Yeah, Ray, there was this one. This is a while back.
Yeah, apparently Ray didn't join on time.
Yeah, that's all right. You go back. You watch the replay, right?
You watch the replay, Ray.
Okay. Is it? Yeah, you just went. All right. So here's my. So here was a card I did self-submit. One of very few in my collection. Bought it raw. Maybe 2006. 7, 64 Topps mantle. I got it in a 6. You have this card also.
Right? I do. I think I showed it. I showed off my 6 a long time ago.
Well, here's mine. And, that was my minimum grade on that.
That is really nice. By the way, have you ever thought look at K Killer's look at his profile pic? Have you thought about redoing your profile pic? Because my profile pic is just me with a beer in my hand. But look how cool that is. I don't know if he did that himself or what.
That's a Walking Dead cover. It looks like.
Oh, it's a Walking Dead cover.
I think so.
I need to get somebody to do a new logo for me. I think.
I have no skills, so I use the number 7 because for a while I was totally anonymous, right? I mean, I wasn't gonna put my face in there. I have a great idea for an intro to the start of the video that I wish I had the wherewithal to put together or to I need someone who knows how to do that kind of stuff. But I have a logo and the 2 sound clips I want to use and I just don't know how to do that. And so the production quality of my videos couldn't be any lower. But anyway, is it my turn?
I think so.
I just showed the mantle.
Oh. All right, so then I guess it's my turn. Aaron Judge. Nice. I got this for my birthday from my buddies. Actually, a couple of my buddies, some of my high school friends. When I turned 40, my wife threw me a surprise birthday party, which ended up being the day after my son was born. So my son was born, and then the next day. I walked out of the hospital and my wife had planned a surprise birthday party. And I remember I was delusional. I was like, what the heck? I thought I was in a dream. And like, it was a surprise, like I thought I was going to some cheerleading event, and my wife was like, go to this cheerleading event. And I was like, okay, I'll go to the cheerleading event. It, gets me out of the hospital. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, surprise. And I was like, is this real? Like, am I dreaming this? And then one of my bunch of my buddies kind of pitched in and got me this awesome Aaron Judge card, which was such a cool gift to get. So
I also like Aaron Judge as a listen. If you want to buy cards and you want them to go up, maybe I think Aaron Judge is a good buy, a good play. I think.
Yeah, in a weird way, he's kind of undervalued.
I think so. I think of course he could wrench his back anytime. He's a big guy, right? So that's the issue there.
People don't like that he got into the majors a little late. Right. And they don't like that he gets injured all the time. So there's a lot of legitimate concerns. But what did he come in third in the MVP voting this year? Like, he was fantastic this year.
The guy's going to hit 40 bombs a year or more if he gets 140 games in. So, but you're right. It's always that risk. But anybody is the risk of injury. Maybe him more so than others because of his frame. And he does some crazy plays in the outfield. I'm like, oh my God, I hope he gets up. You know what I mean? Like, he'll dive for a ball. And I'm thinking, oh great, there goes the wrist. So anyway, he's definitely a gamer, and I like him. All right, so here is another LeBron rookie from 2003, Topps collection, but this is a 9. So this is like sort of an obscure sort of. So Topps rookie card, he's in that suit, right? Because it was before he played a game. And then I think Topps released a set later during the year so they can get him an actual uniform. This is called Topps Collection. And this is just in a 9 in 2003. Nice. Rookie card.
I've never seen that card before.
There's some Topps collection sets out there, both in football and basketball, where they're a little bit more of a premium assigned to the collection. I think it's lower quantity than the base. So
every time a LeBron James card is shown, somebody's booing it.
Hey, I don't set these prices, that's where he happens to be.
All right, next up for me is the Daryl Strawberry, 84 Fleer Daryl Strawberry. Not part of the update set, but
no, great card.
Really cool card from the 1980s. One of my favorite cards. I went on a 80s PSA 10 binge about 2 years ago, and that was one of the cards that I picked up, as well as one of the next card that's coming up. I don't know about you, but like there's certain cards that I just wanted to own so much growing up, and now like able to get like the perfect version of them. There's something really cool about that for me. So that's why I keep going after 80s cards.
Yeah, so I feel that way about the 85 Topps Dwight Gooden, but my God, that card in a 10 is like. It's like, geez, I mean, I like it in a 10, but I mean, it's, I don't know. But yeah, it resonates, it definitely takes you back to when you were, buying packs and trading cards and, things like that. All right. This ought to get a chuckle out of you. Whatever number this is. 1966 Topps Pete Rose PSA 8.
Ooh.
That's a Silverkackify 8 right there too, right?
Yeah, that's a nice looking 8. Holy moly. That's a nice card. Good job. Good job. I'll counter with an 87 Don Russ card.
You don't see very many of those, Joe.
This card is awesome, though.
Yeah, it is.
The card is more awesome, though. This card might be awesomer.
I was thinking about Bo Jackson. I was thinking about how awesome he was as an athlete. Just because I'm a Raiders guy, and I just remember how he carried Bosworth into the end zone on Monday Night Football. He was just unbelievable, and of course the hip and then everything went south from there.
Right.
But I don't know if we'll ever see a guy. I mean, I don't know if I don't know, football, baseball. It's such football kills you. And then to play baseball for a season, you know what I mean? It's like,
I know.
I mean, the last guy to do it was what, Deion Sanders? I don't know. Who's the last guy to do it? I don't know.
Bo Jackson was like Superman, catching the ball with his bare hand, breaking bats over his head, running up the wall. And then, it was just incredible. It was like it's almost like as if it never happened. That's how doesn't. It seems like a dream, doesn't it? Some of the stuff that he did.
I remember when he hit that home run in the All-Star game, 87 it was. I think he was batting the first, top of the first, whatever. He hit into that home run. Yeah, the guy was just incredible. And, you know, too bad about the injury. You know, who knows what could have been.
Right.
So.
What are we on? We are on 138.
138. Okay.
138. Let's go.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you. I just shut off the Bo Jackson.
Oh, that was anticlimactic. Okay. 82 tops, Ricky Henderson, PSA 10.
Oh, nice. What year is that? That's 82?
82.
Oh, my God. That's awesome. Oh, I love that.
Great pose, right?
Yeah, I love these late 70s, early 80s cards, like in like really high grade. Like I'm starting to get into that now.
Tough.
Right.
Because the cardboard, if you think of it, is just so easy to get damaged if you're not handling the cards properly.
Yep.
So
yeah, people aren't thinking about cards, you know, as an investment then. Like from what I remember, it wasn't until like 87, 88 when people really started to think of sports cards as investments. So like if you had a card at like an 82, were you really just being really that careful with it? Like I don't know. That's why it seems to be like even more special. Anything past like 85 is where things start to get like everyone like they were so mass produced. It's so easy to get it. It's so easy to find a nice, you know, nice 87 card. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So I remember when PSA launched in the early 90s, I think it was running SCD or something, and I remember thinking, well, this is stupid. Who's going to do this?
Right, true.
Well, there you go. So I guess I have zero hobby credibility as a result of that sort of poor judgment of the situation. Yeah, you know, who's going to grade their cards?
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense to me either, but
yeah, send your cards away. What?
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite cards in my collection. The 64 Topps Giants, Roberto Clemente.
And an 8.
And I don't know, like I honestly don't know if what you guys are able to see gives this justice. You know, this is one of those cards when you see in person. I mean, the card looks about as perfect as it can look. The back looks a little off center, but the front of it looks really, really nice. But yeah, it's a PSA 8. This was a card that I got at the National in Chicago, not last year, but the previous one. One of the last cards I got before I headed out the door, and I'm glad I got it. I think I got it for real cheap too. So really awesome card. Let me see if I paid $30 for it. I paid $30 for that card.
I would love cards from that set if they fit into a PSA slab, like a regular PSA slab. You know what I mean? They'd almost look like Bowman cards.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, that's for sure. Yeah. Unicorn Cupcake says, "Is Joe down to the Robin Venturas?" Almost there. Maybe one more episode we'll be looking at Robin Ventura and Hensley Mullins and Cal Daniels and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And Vince will be showing off, a Nolan Ryan rookie.
No, he was already in the first video. But you won that one, Joe. You edged me out in that video, right? A little bit. I think you took the title, and that's the important one.
On the first one, yeah.
Yeah, I got my ass handed to me in that one. I don't know why I'm laughing. What number are we at? 143.
We are at 137. 137. Whoo! Nice. Although I think I gave Jackie Robinson to Pepino Man for some reason. Just randomly, I sent him I think it might have been that card actually, but it was like a PSA 1 or 2.
54 tops.
Yeah, I think it was that card actually. I gave Pepino Man.
Nice guy.
Yeah, because he won one of my giveaways. I did a video. I don't know if you remember this, but the contest was I wanted everyone to yell "epic giveaway" as loud as they could, and he went into his local card store, which was like a big card store, And he was just like, pick him away! He screams it like, and I think he actually got kicked out of the store. And I was like, oh my God. And I remember like just randomly, I picked his name out of a hat. There weren't too many people that entered the contest. And I picked his name out of a hat, and then he won the card that he was supposed to win. And then I threw in that Jackie Robinson because I was just like, dude, you deserve whatever I feel like I should give to him, because it was just so awesome. It was so cool that he did that. So
and when you did that card probably was like, under $100, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
So now it's 5x, whatever it is.
Right.
Jackie.
Right.
So
right. No, but it was definitely worth it. It was awesome.
So I've been following. How many are in the chat room tonight?
We've had as high as almost like 60 people. Right now there's about 45 people in the chat.
Nice. All right. So coming up here, hey, so I don't know if you noticed, but I got a brand new episode coming down next week on Friday. But it's 70s football is the focus.
Okay.
So I'm moving into some 70s football rookies and stars. Okay. And so
nice.
And so this is kind of along that line. Here's a card I picked up. And again, because when the rookie cards are really, really expensive, I'll go with the second-year card. And I did that with this guy, this Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, that's nice.
8.5, 1972 tops. Woo. Really hard to comp this card.
That is really nice.
Really hard, because there are no 9s for sale. So I can't get a basis to like above, so kind of just pull the price out of my ass.
So I have to admit, is that a rookie Terry Bradshaw?
No, it's a second year.
It's a second year. Okay.
So again, the rookie card is like one of those big cards, right?
Okay, you're right.
So, that's what I thought. Like the Gretzky rookie is a big card, so I got a second-year O-Peachy because that's more obtainable. So his rookie card is several $1,000s. It's one of those deals. So the second year, this one I paid about $1.50 for it when I bought it a few years ago, and so I think it's now on about 4x that, give or take, somewhere.
Hey, I don't know if you know this, but John Baranzelli says that he has the same interior doors as you do.
Yeah, I don't know. This is our finished attic we had done a few years ago for an office, and I don't know. This is like Home Depot or where the hell these doors came from. I don't know what the contractor put in, but I would never have known. That's quite a. How about the paint color?
Yeah. Do you have puke green in your house too?
No, I don't have puke green. I don't know what this color is, but pretty common. Oh, is that Piazza?
Yeah, that's my next card, Piazza PSA 10. So this was really cool because I opened up a box of 92 Bowman on my channel, and I never owned a Mike Piazza, growing up or whatever. This particular rookie card, I pulled it. I was hoping for the Mariano, of course. Didn't hit the Mariano, but I did hit this.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I hit the Chipper Jones and
you did well.
The Manny Ramirez all came back as a 10. But the fact that this came back as a 10, I thought was like I was like so. Whenever if you can submit like 80s, 90s cards and get a 10, you have to have a little bit of luck on your side too, because that's tough. It's tough to get a 10 on those types of cards.
No, you did it. You did it as well as you. You didn't get the Mariano, but that Piazza is that's probably his nicest rookie card. It's a great looking card.
The pop on that, I looked it up, was 1,800. So it's not super rare, but 1,800 is the pop on that, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's not. Well, the number of people in the hobby these days, a pop of, I'd say under 10.
Jackie's saying, do you I guess that's the same color you try to match with the jail colors around town?
Yeah, and someone's commenting, just so you know, I am not red. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this. I don't know. My ears aren't white. My face isn't red. I don't know what the hell this is. It must be my stupid camera.
Hyper color ears. That's funny.
I look like an Oompa Loompa, right? As I said last time. Okay. So, all right, a card I showed recently in my year-end recap video. Jerry Rice rookie 8.5 because 9s are still pretty expensive even after the big run up. More than 8.5, probably paid about nearly double what I could have paid if I waited a few more months. But that's the way it goes. Still like nice card to have, like Rice.
Really, yeah, that's that. For some reason, I really like that set too. I don't know what, like it's ugly as sin, but I really like it for some reason at the same time. It's like
tough.
It's
tough.
such like an 80s design, you know?
It's also tough. The cardboard is tough. It's tough to get clean, you know, a lot of white sometimes on these corners. It's just very sensitive, you know, so high grade cards are, you know, they're tough.
Speaking of a set that can only be made in its time, the 1975 Topps George Brett. Like, this is like such a set from the 70s, isn't it? Like, this could not have, like, if you anybody could look at this card and be like, without knowing anything about baseball, and be like, yep, that's from the 1970s. But really, Brett was it, he hit 390 in 1980. He's the last one to really come close to hitting 400, right? Does anyone
Gwen, what did Gwen hit in Gwen hit a little, 374 and 94 when it was strike short.
True. I remember when John Olerud was hitting like 400 at the All-Star break one year?
Yeah, I remember when Paul Neal was hitting 471 like on June 15th one year.
Right.
That was, I think it was 94.
O'Neal had that one crazy year.
Yeah.
Right. And he was hitting like I think he ended up still hitting like 350 or something.
Yeah, he hit for a pretty high average, but he was on some kind of tear early on. But it's just so hard to sustain that. It's just like you appreciate. I mean, Ted Williams, 406. My God.
Impossible.
You never see that again. Nope. Okay. So here is just a base Topps Drew Brees rookie from 2001. PSA 10.
Wow. Yeah, I was thinking about picking up the Drew Brees just because I think it's a card, like, especially after he lost in the playoffs. I was like, oh, his cards will probably go down. Maybe now's the time, good time to get it. Has that card gone up or down at all? Like, not much. Been pretty level.
Oh yeah, it's come down. I could tell you. Let me just look at Drew Brees. I updated this in November. It's around 750.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay,
you know, but you know what? He's Drew Brees. I mean, look at he's number 2 now behind Brady for yards, right? So his records are going to start falling a little bit, but I mean, he's still one of the greatest of all time.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I felt like he could have kept playing. I mean, he was still pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. 1957 Topps Ernie Banks.
Oh.
Nice looking card there.
Yeah, I like that.
I got this. This is one of those cards I thought, another card that I thought was going to grade a lot higher. I'm really big into, going to card shows, walking the floor, finding a vintage card that I think looks really nice, and then sending it off for grading. I've had some really good success with it. This one's pretty good. I'm sure I didn't pay a lot for it, but it's so sad now that, I have thought about doing a submission to SGC though. I might actually do that. I kind of miss sending. I haven't sent cards off for grading since like January or February. I think was the last time I sent something out.
You still waiting for them?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for them. Yes, I am. I sent them. Yeah, I sent them off in January. They were entered in March, and I probably won't get them back until who knows, late this year probably. Which is
so. What I'm thinking is, PSA is opening they're opening a facility in New Jersey. I'm just going to drop whenever that's done. I'm just going to bring my card off for grading.
Right.
Whenever that happens.
Yep.
And so that might have been part of that. So I mentioned that project. I'm in the robotics industry, and so I had a project with a guy who was working for something for PSA. And without saying too much, it was a post slab process where, and I think it had to do with taking. I'll be careful. Let's just say it had to do with imaging the card after it was graded, and then moving it on down to something else. So I don't think my integrator got that job. I think I don't know what happened there, but so far I haven't seen anything come of it. But now that I think about it, I think that was probably most likely for this New Jersey facility they're putting up that's opening this year. So there's going to be all kinds of automation equipment in this building, I suspect. So
Yeah, I've actually dropped my cards off at PSA, the one in New Jersey.
But they're for autographs only, I think, right?
No, I dropped off at the time. I dropped off just base cards.
Oh, but they ship them to California for you.
Right, they ship them to California.
Okay. Yeah, so they're actually do the grading in New Jersey, I guess.
New Jersey, right. Okay.
Yeah. And I feel better about bringing my stuff in person than putting it in the mail and sending it. You know what I mean? And I'm always in Jersey anyway, so
that's why I did it. That's why I did it. I don't like packing it up.
Yeah, and the insurance and all this, that, and
it's let them handle it.
And then people now know PSA. They see a package that says PSA on it. What if somebody that's like, oh, I know what's in here. I'm going to take this box. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
It's me being like, cynical and playing devil's advocate all the time. All right. So full disclosure, this card would graduate to the last video if we were doing that last video, but then I want to be able to show it in this video. But it's a 68 Topps Mays PSA 8.
Woo! A PSA 8. Oh my goodness. Nice.
This one has moved up a little bit, but then I'd be showing you a card I showed last time in this video, which would be kind of silly, right? If I move something down. So
right. Oh man, that's an awesome card. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that card before.
68 Mays? No.
Maybe the one that you have, at least. I don't think I've seen that card.
Oh, okay.
All right. For me, next up is the Ohtani Chrome, 2018 Topps Chrome Ohtani in a 10. So I've been actually I was trying to sell this card because I was like, oh, this is one of those cards I can, sell it while it was hot, but it's actually hasn't gone up as much as I thought it would. Ohtani's cards are not nearly as high as you'd think they are. And I think, if he has the ability to just win every single MVP if he could stay healthy, because he has that huge advantage over everyone. The fact that he, and people are talking about his 2021 season being one of the greatest seasons of all time. So I don't know. I think Ohtani's stuff is a good buy right now. Actually, I think you can pick up like the rainbow foil, like the 2018 Topps rainbow foil, which is very hard to hit. You can get that and by the way, to grade too, because it's a foil card in a 10, $350. Maybe you could probably even get it for less than that. I don't know. I thought that card would be a lot more than that. So I was watching Striker Breaks. You ever watch Striker Breaks?
I've seen him pop up in the recommendations. I'm not a breaker. I don't watch breaks. I'm not like into that, so I don't.
Yeah. So he opened up a bunch of 2018 Topps Update, and he pulled the Ohtani foil, and I'm like, oh man, that must be a huge card. And I looked it up, and it was like a $300 card in a 10. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, right now all baseball is low, right?
Right.
So Ohtani, they start playing, he starts doing well, then that card's going to shoot up like a rocket.
Right.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just assume that his cards are just way out of are way too high right now, but they didn't go up that much. I think the MVP was baked into what he was gonna, so his prices went up early on in the year, but they haven't moved since then.
Prices went up anyway, right? And so I think, so they're up and they kind of just stayed and haven't moved. I mean, I don't think they've gone down per se, but they just haven't gone up. And then I think they should go up because no one's playing right now. And of course, now there's this lockout situation, which I hope doesn't become a thing. I mean,
right. Well, you know what's going to happen if the lockout happens. You know what's going to happen, right? Vintage cards will go up even more.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Vintage cards will go up even more. Like I don't think people are going to stop collecting, and they're not going to, like, if you're a baseball card collector, you're going to continue to collect baseball. But what you're going to do is the vintage cards will go up, the 80s cards will go up, and the modern cards will go down.
Right.
That's what will happen.
That's when you buy Bobby Witt Jr. and Jason Dominguez and these guys, right? Adley Rushman, right? If there's a strike. Yep. I hope there isn't. I hope they start on time. Spring training's on time. I don't want any, and nobody does. So It's a bad look when millionaires are fighting over millions of dollars.
They need to play because I don't want vintage cards to go up even more.
Yeah, I know they've gone up enough.
I can't. It's enough. It's enough with the going up. I get it. I actually need to shut up and stop telling people what good advice. I need sports card investors to keep giving bad advice, so that way the modern cards keep going up and the vintage cards go down. Like I have to shut up, but luckily, I don't get as many views as those cards, and
that's okay. There is a lot of people that have come up in the last couple of years, and they've got a very large. There's several, and it's awful to sit and to listen to them and how much they just don't know what they're talking about. And the biggest thing is you get these people that want to come in there sincere about wanting to collect, and they go and migrate to these popular influencer channels, and that's how they're learning, and they're not learning the right way.
Right. Yeah, it's like people are so shocked with the video that I did, but I mean, I was just using like basic logic, we all experienced the 80s and 90s, did we not? If you have that Beckett, I was trying to find the Beckett out. This Beckett, like if you have this Beckett, right, from 1994,
yeah.
Like if it was baseball card investor or whatever, sports card investors, they'd be hyping up these cards in the back of the book, right? That you can get for, they're going up, over here. They're like, oh, dude, you got to get your hands on the JT Snow rookie. And like we already did this.
Yeah.
We did this back. Like, I already know how it ends.
Yeah. Few people will thrive. Most will fail.
Mm-hmm.
Live and learn. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It just, it's like some people really, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and that's the bummer. So anyway, maybe I don't either. I mean, look at my catalog of collecting history. Maybe I mean, what the hell am I doing, right?
I think you're doing all right.
Stadium Club Jeter 10.
Right. Yeah.
And this card actually fell from my display case onto my hardwood floor and bounced around a little bit. Fortunately, there's no visible damage.
Uh-oh.
And when I'm in the grave and my kid's in his 50s and he wants to sell it, who's gonna know? I don't know. But that's Jeter's rookie.
Elite Hunters brings up a good point. People like to gamble, and I totally get it.
I do it.
I get. We all do it, right? You just bought a bunch of prospect cards because it's fun, right?
I said when I feel like throwing some money, flushing money down the toilet, I'll do some prospecting.
Right, exactly. All right, next up for me is the Trey Turner. He had a really good year this year. I didn't even.
Yeah.
I wasn't even paying attention to it.
What is this one? What do you got here?
This is a 2016 Bowman Chrome Auto PSA 10.
Nice.
I was looking up his numbers. He had 327, 32 stolen bases, 28 home runs. He did a little bit of everything. Nobody really talked about him being an MVP, but man, he should have been a lot closer to an MVP looking at his numbers. And if I'm big on fantasy baseball. A lot of sites have him as the number one guy to draft this year. The number one guy.
How old is he?
Yeah, Tatis and him at the top.
How old is he? Like 25?
Not sure. He was born in 93, so somebody do the math. I don't feel like doing the math.
29? 28, going to be 29 maybe? Yeah. Right. 3 plus 2, carry the 1, but he's 50. No. That's a nice card. That card I think is going to be one of those cards that moves up the line. I think
could be. People start appreciating some Trey Turner.
What are you drinking, Joe? What do you got there?
Moscow Mule.
I was looking for some Crown Royal. I'm like, what the fuck happened to my Crown Royal? And my wife's like, oh, I think we put that out at Ella's baptism, and everybody drank. They drank all the Crown. They left the Johnny Walker Red and the Jack Daniels. That's the stuff you got to mix. The Crown I drink straight up. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so I got nothing. I got nothing here with me tonight. So I'm jealous. Anyway. All right. Michael Jordan, 93 Finest, PSA 10.
Ooh. That looks like it would be expensive. I don't know anything about it.
Well, it's all relative, right? I mean, it's not 4 figures, at least not anymore. It was, but Yeah, I mean, rated rookie. Yeah, he's got the refractor of this card. I think it's outstanding. The refractor.
Refractor.
Yeah, refractors are big. Refractors are the hot things in the hobby these days.
They sure are. They sure are. Until they're not.
Yeah, right.
Next up is the T206 Aussie Shrek. This is in a PSA 6. I looked him up. So he was playing. You see here, he's playing for Columbus. That is the Columbus Senators. They were a minor league team. He spent the last 2 years of his career in the minors, but he was the catcher. His biggest claim to fame was that he was the catcher for Rube Waddell, who was a player that I showed off earlier. And he had a famous thing that he had put in his contract that Rube, like they shared a room together. And he said in the contract, he insisted that Rube Waddell can't eat crackers in bed. He actually had that in the contract. I also said he was the catcher, obviously, and he was one of the last players to not wear shin guards. He never wore shin guards all the years that he played. So I thought that was interesting.
Crackers in bed is the least of his concerns.
Exactly.
Jeez. All right.
The Schreckengast.
So that's a 6. That's outstanding.
Yeah, you would think that this would be higher up on, like, this should be a lot higher than some of the other cards I've been showing off.
Well, it's a common, right? But it's still a 6.
It's a common, but like, that's a pretty nice looking 6. I probably have it too low. It's a card from 1910 that's a 6. I don't know. I feel like it should be higher.
Here is my successfully resubmitted 93 SP Derek Jeter that I got in 8. So my 8.5 was in my first video, right? So I have this 8, which I bought raw, sent it to PSA 20 years ago, came back N6 or whatever it is, trimmed, you know what I mean? Minimum size or whatever.
Right.
I sent it in a couple of years ago and it got slabbed in 8. And that's what I was hoping for.
Nice.
So
yeah, I mean, I used to have a Jeter SP 7.5, but I gave that card away.
You gave away a lot of nice. You gave away a Trout rookie and a BGS 9 one time, didn't you?
Right. I gave away a Trout rookie. I gave away an Ohtani mega box and a PSA 10. I gave away the Jeter SP. Gave away that Jackie Robinson that I mentioned earlier. A bunch of Acuñas. I sold that Ohtani the other day for like a penny.
Yeah,
PSA 10 for a penny. So I'm a little crazy, but I think part of the fun of collecting is just having some fun with it. It's I can't take all this with me when I die, so
you can't take it with you. Hey, I gave away $100. I mean, I made $100 on YouTube. My first $100.
You did.
He said, "Flippity doo!" I just give it away. Took me like 18 months to get there.
To get there, and then you gave it away.
You gave it away. All that hard work.
Way to go. All right. Next up, 56 Topps Ernie Banks. Ooh. Really cool card. Was this a PSA 5? This is again part of that vintage lot, I think. I think that's how I ended up with it, Mr. Cup.
That worked out pretty well for you then. I mean, you
sure
got some
did.
nice. Jeez.
It sure did. Yeah, it was a really nice haul. Actually, the next card is part of that group too.
My next. I think you have this card I'm going to show next. I think you do. It is the 87 Topps traded Tiffany Greg Maddux rookie card, 10.
Ah, yes, the Tiffany Maddux. Yep. That card's actually gone up a lot the last couple of years.
87 Tiffany is the most. I think there's 20,000. So I think it was like 5,000 for the 85, 5,000 or 10,000 for the 86. And they cranked up the press for 87. It was like 20,000 or 30,000 Tiffany sets. Then they dialed it back subsequent years. And then 91 Tiffany is really, I think it's like 5,000.
91.
It's very low. Because I wanted a Ryan Tiffany and a 10, and I had to settle for a 9 because they're just so expensive.
Right.
Yeah. 87 was, I think, the highest print run for the Tiffany's. When during that run they had Tiffany sets, 85 to 91 it was, right? So
Maddux was incredible. I mean, He never walked anybody. I remember when he was pitching.
He never threw hard. He just was like crafty as all, just crafty.
Right.
He just got people out.
I just imagine being able to throw whatever you want to throw. That was his thing. He did whatever he wanted to do with the ball, he would do it. Yeah. All right, my next card is a card that we talked about earlier, the 1958 Mantle. I think this is the card you were referring to earlier. So this one's in a 4. Again, part of that vintage lot, but one of the most if you want to own. If any of you guys want to own a Mantle card, get this card. I mean, you can get it for super cheap. This card is not that expensive. It's from 1958 too. It's a Mickey Mantle card from the 50s. I think the part of the reason why it's a little cheaper is because for whatever reason it was a lot more produced.
It was triple printed.
It was triple printed, right?
Yeah. There's a ton of them.
But it's so cool. I mean, if you want to own a Mantle card from the 50s, I mean, people talk about like, oh, I'll never be able to afford a Mantle, but that you can afford. Or if you have $100, probably get something like low grade Mantle.
Even PSA 1s and 2s and 3s of Mantle, nothing wrong with it. I mean, those still go up like everything else does, right? So I mean, you could buy some really nice 2s and 3s of his other cards, for a few $100. So that's a bargain right there.
He got us for $10. So I mean, there you go.
There you go. $10 box at the card show.
Oh man. Well, that's what I miss. I don't know if you'll be able to do that now. But.
Yeah, no, there's no Mantles in the $10 boxes at card shows, unless it's the Kmart 82 Topps Kmart box set Mantle. Where are we, Joe? I'm trying to think here. We are at.
I know we're at last 10 cards here.
130, I guess, right? No, 120.
I'm at 129.
Then I guess I'd be at 120. I'm at 130. Does that make sense? Does that sound right?
I don't know. Maybe
Did I skip you?
Go twice then, because I'm at 129.
This for me is actually 130. So okay, well. I'll sort it out. It's my George Brett rookie PSA 8.
Oh, nice. We both showed off a Brett.
Yeah, this is a great card and an 8 to have. I mean, it's still, I think, relatively affordable. Stuff from the 70s is really starting to pick up steam. In fact, if you want my tip for all the investors, I think high grade football and basketball from the 70s is still pretty low. Pretty undervalued right now. So because they didn't print as many basketball and football cards as they did Topps baseball cards back then. So not as many to go around, so.
Unicorn Cupcake thinks that I think the Mantle design's ugly, which I get that.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, kind of busy.
Right. But if you want a Mantle for cheap, then you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I think you're up again because
you went twice. Okay, so next for me would be my 85 Topps Kirby Puckett PSA 10.
Ooh, nice. I think you mentioned the Clemens from that set is freaking crazy expensive. Although the Puckett's not cheap either.
Yeah, it's a little bit less. Yeah, I had Clemens the last video, I think, right? Did I show that?
Mm-hmm. So. All right. Next up for me is the 56 Teddy Ball game. This is a 4 MC. Miscut. I guess, you could actually see that it's miscut.
I guess, is it MC or OC? I don't know when they draw the line on MC versus OC. You know what I mean? Is there multiple backs on it? Is it cut into another card on the back or no?
Oh, there it is. Yeah. See that?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You can see the next card. I wonder what the next card was, actually.
Well, where does he fall on the sheet, right? Somebody must know that.
No,
Probably Vintage Criteria knows.
It looks like it says Koufax, actually.
So you got a Koufax combo card with Ted Williams?
I don't know if you can read that. It looks like it might say Koufax.
You're asking the wrong guy to read something around, especially through a lens on a computer.
That's pretty cool. If it's Koufax, that's pretty cool. All right, go. Your turn.
Go. You go, right?
No, I just went.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm too busy stacking stuff. Okay. Hey, this one shot up because of the writer's Jim Cott rookie card, PSA 8.
Whew. Oh, so he just got in too, right?
He just got in.
Jim Cott.
Just like Oliva, and I think you had Oliva last episode, right?
Yep. For me, Jerry Rice. I think you just showed this card off in an 8.5. Here's my 8, Jerry Rice. Really.
When did you buy that? What month did you buy that?
I think I probably bought that at the wrong time. Yeah, I'm down on that card actually. I that card has gone down in value since I bought it.
Yeah, mine did too.
Yeah.
The 9s though seem to be pretty steady though. So, I think you have this card. Aaron Rodgers, just the base tops.
Yep. Yeah, I have that card.
2005.
There's talk about him possibly not, if he gets the Super Bowl, not playing.
Remember what I said about him, right? When we talked about him last time, or whenever that was. Yeah.
He said he's possibly one of the writers, I guess, didn't like the fact that he wasn't vaccinated, and he's like, maybe you could pick the most valuable unvaccinated player, have that a new award, most valuable vaccinated player, since he's not vaccinated. But yeah, he doesn't. He just says whatever's on his mind for sure. Here's my next card, Yogi Berra, 56 tops. Yogi Berra. This is back when I first got back into collecting. Sent everything off to BVG. It came back as a 7. This is a really nice looking card, but I've just left it. I'll probably just leave it. I don't think I'll ever, try to cross it over or anything like that. It's good. It's in a nice enough holder for me. But
so I was, all PSA all the time, right? So just in the last year, I've actually branched out a little bit. I did get a Beckett slab, the Ted Williams, but I am gonna crack and resubmit that. But I picked up CSG, it's because I'm dicking around with modern stuff and I don't want to pay, So, and I like the holder. Everybody's, it's a little polarizing, but I like it. And then I have my first SGC card I picked up, which I will show in the Friday Night Vintage episode I'm going to air next week on Friday. So I'm also looking at SGC now, at some cards that maybe kind of PSA, they're a little bit out there price-wise. I want the card. Let me just see if I can find a nice one, an alternative slab. And, I'm starting to think along those lines now. I used to have, narrow goggles at PSA all the time.
The cards look really nice in the SGC slabs. I've always been a huge fan of that, especially for vintage.
And they could be had for less money in the same grade most of the time.
Right. Yep.
Most of the time. Okay. Pandemic purchase, one of a handful. 2013 Topps Update Nolan Arenado Gold rookie card, TSA 10.
Woo! Nice. I've almost bought that card a couple of times now.
It's come down. It's come down.
Yeah, and that's like, I'm kind of glad I did. If I want to buy it, I could probably buy it at less than I probably wanted to. Larry's asking, what did he miss? Oh, well, we're only an hour and 45 minutes into this, Larry, so you might have missed a little bit.
We'll do a recap.
Yeah, let's do a recap for Larry.
Just post a list underneath the comments to show all the cards that we showed.
Right. All right, my next card is kind of strange. It's my only non-holdered card, and this is a card that I pulled out of the Rookie Explosion box. The Maximo Acosta, just a prospect for the Rangers, one of the top prospects. He had surgery a couple months ago, so unfortunately didn't do much last year, but he is young, 19 years old, top Rangers prospect. We'll see how it turns out, but this is a card numbered to 250, Bowman first. You know how collectors are about their Bowman first cards, especially when they're prospects.
It's 250, so it's a purple refractor?
Yeah, it's a purple, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, in 3 years, it could be a big deal.
Right. Or worth absolutely nothing. And
yeah, exactly. Well, you don't have much into it, right? So
exactly. No, I actually, this was in that rookie. So I literally opened one pack, and this was in that one pack. So
70. So you're into that for 70. What's the rookie explosion box? $75 or something?
That's $70 a month. $70 a month. It's the only product that I open. So it's like I know that I'm overpaying for it a lot of times, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a way, in a weird way, it's a way for me to be like, well, if I have nothing to talk about on my channel, I know that I'll always have one video to do, every month. So it's a cool, thing to fall back on if I ever need to.
He's done a good job of that, especially be able to sustain it throughout the craziness of being able to find unopened stuff, right?
I know. Yeah, I'm hoping that unopened stuff starts to come down a little bit, so that way I'm not opening up Topps opening day and stuff like that, and sticker cards. $70.
87 Fleer Star stickers.
Right.
All right. So this one is, I really don't know. It maybe should be higher than 124, 23, whatever this is, right? We have 3 less than 123. Yeah, 123. It's Nap Lajoie throwing, PSA 3.
Oh, nice. Nap Lajoie. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That's no Aussie Shrek.
What? No, and 3 is the highest grade I have for a T206 card in my collection. Most of them are like 1s and 2s and 1.5s. So,
by the way, Ron confirmed that is Sandy Koufax. That's so cool. That is really cool that the uncut was the Sandy Koufax. Nice research by Ron.
I like that. We got a team of guys on the job.
And by the way, that is one of the coolest parts about opening the rookie explosion box, is that like I'll show off like what I got, and then there'll be somebody in the comments that's like, you just pulled a short print, by the way. And I'm like, I would have never have known that I hit, like, I don't know how, like all these people, like all these guys that don't know what they're doing, I've been doing this for a long time now, and I still don't know what I'm doing. Can you imagine, people that don't show off their cards and, open these boxes, and they think that they have some short print that's worth hundreds of dollars that they throw into their commons because they don't know any better. Modern baseball collecting gets very complicated. All right, next up for me is the 2014 Bowman Chrome Chris Bryant in the PSA 10. Still frustrated about this card, because this is one of those cards, like I feel like I got it right. Like I bought this card before he, did anything. He went on, won Rookie of the Year, went on to win an MVP, won a World Series with the Cubs, and who knows, maybe he'll sign with the Yankees. It's possible. He's a free agent. Cards are cheap. Chris Bryant's cards are real cheap. People have moved on.
I have one Bryant card, like 2015 Topps Chrome Auto and PSA 9 purple refractor or something like that. So, I wanted to have one Bryant. But, he had an injury-shortened season, a couple years ago. He wasn't playing that well. Then, of course, the pandemic-shortened season. And so he hasn't really had a good – well, last year he played pretty well, though, I think, right? He had a pretty – he kind of returned.
He started off really strong, and he kind of petered out a little bit when he got traded to the Giants.
Yeah. Enough said cards is in the room. Another great YouTuber who knows how to get it done.
Yes, he does. I mean, he probably has a Lajoie himself, probably.
Yeah. This guy has an awesome Babe Ruth collection. Like insane. Like jealousy is such a useless emotion, and I don't get. But man, am I jealous of his Babe Ruth? Like, it is off the chain. All right.
Yeah, he helped me find my Rube Waddell at the National in Chicago.
Yeah, I didn't read. Yeah, you said that. Yeah, you showed that card. Yeah. No, it's good to have him around. So here's a card, probably the most difficult to comp because I don't think any have sold. And so what I did was I found a PSA 9 sale for this card recently for $200. I have a 10. I'm putting 4X on it. So I don't know. I mean, how do you draw a 10 from a 9, right? So if it's PSA 9 is 200, it's Jordan. It's an insert card. It's a finest borderless mystery. Not the is this a refractor? No, not a refractor.
I don't feel like you should be allowed to just put 4X on your cards for fun of it.
I don't know. I mean, it's a 10. It's a Jordan. I mean, what is it? If you look at PSA 9 compared to PSA 10s, pick a Jordan. I mean, is it 4X? Is it 5? I don't know. I figure 4X is conservative.
You got a Jordan. I got a Vlad.
Oh. Wait, what's that one? Is that your next card?
Yeah, it's my next card. This is a Vlad PSA DNA. I got this at the National in Chicago.
Okay, so that's a okay, yeah, he signed it.
Right. He said like the auto is a 10.
Okay.
The card is definitely not a 10.
All right. I wasn't sure what that was because I didn't know if that was. I didn't recognize that as a pack pulled card of his.
No, this is not a Topps certified issue, but still, nice looking card. Vlad Guerrero Jr. rookie auto. We'll wait for his cards to go up and then I'll sell. Maybe.
Yeah, they've kind of stalled, I think, a little bit because he's not playing. All right, so we're at the end of the line, Joe. Right?
I got 3 cards left.
How do you have 3 and I have 1? What the fuck happened?
I don't know. You only have 1 card left?
I have 1 card left.
Yeah, I'm at 123. I got 3 cards left.
I'll tell you. Go ahead. Take another turn.
All right. So So 123 for me is the Ohtani warm up jersey, which another card that I think is a great card to get. Not as expensive as you'd think. Next card up is the Mookie Betts.
Another Mookie.
Man, if this had gotten a higher grade, this would be way up my list.
What is that?
This is a refractor from Bowman Sterling, number to 150.
What, 2014?
2014. Mookie Betts got the little rookie logo up here. So rookie auto. But the problem is that it's only an 8. And I knew it was going to grade well. You could see it's like Bowman Sterling's tough because on the back, it's just black on the back. So you could easily see like if there's any like imperfections pretty easily.
Yeah.
If you see this up close, you could I knew it was not going to get a 10. I was hoping for a 9. It came back as an 8, but still, it is a Mookie Betts, Bowman Sterling rookie auto refractor. So, so I had to put this at 122, 122 in the collection.
122. So now we're both at 121.
Now we're both at 121. We had a hard time doing this. It's not easy.
I don't know how the hell we got off. I mean, I understand 1 card, but we're off. I start flipping cards.
Well, I let you go twice too because I thought you said that you were at a different.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. We reconciled at the end here. So for me, 121 in the collection is O-Pee-Chee Gretzky second year PSA 8.
Oof. That's nice.
As I said, I'm priced out of the 79 a little bit.
Right.
It's like several $1,000 card now. This one is under. It's not it's under 1,000. So.
Yeah, Chris, I keep talking about his list, but he had the Wayne Gretzky OPC at number 9.
Okay.
On his most iconic cards of all time. I might have to do my own video on that.
Yeah, I think you do your own video. I mean, forget the countdown video. Do a your take on the top iconic cards.
No, it has to be a countdown. I don't know how to do anything other than countdown.
Listen, when this is all done, when we're done with this little series that we're doing, whenever it ends, we're gonna do a countdown of the top countdown videos of this series. So we're gonna run we'll count down the videos of the countdowns. So
the greatest countdown list counted down from the countdown. Maybe I'll even have the count on from Sesame Street. 121 is Sun Daly. 1887. My oldest card in what's the oldest card in your collection?
Oh, like the T206 card, 1909.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The Lajoie that you just showed off.
Well, I don't know. What depends on what subjects that is, right? Because those came out like from 09 to 11. So, this is because this is 150. I think it's 150 subjects would be the first series, 1909, I think, right? If it's of 150, yeah. So the Lajoie would be my oldest card.
Would be the oldest, yeah. I should have just showed this. I should have been like, this is number number 121 is just nothing. It's just a big blank card.
It's a 120-year-old piece of cardboard.
Yeah, so this is it looks so old too, which just makes it really cool.
Yeah.
It's a 2. Sun Daly in a 2. I don't think he did much.
So what's the story behind you acquiring that card?
The story behind it is I was making that one of my first videos I ever did was the history of baseball cards.
Yes.
Like I wanted to get a super old card because I wanted to talk through the history of sports cards, and I was like, okay, what could I get? And these seem to be the oldest cards that I could get my hands on. Old Judge cigarettes, 1887. So I actually like. Have you seen that video that I did? It was one of the first videos I ever did. Walking through
I probably saw it like 5-6 years ago, right?
Right. It's one of the most popular videos I ever did, and I did it all in one take too. I remember on the basement floor, I like laid out every single card. There was no concept of editing or anything like that. I laid out all the cards. I had just picked this card up and went through the entire history of like a 40-minute video, just kind of walking through just all of it off of memory and like cheat sheets and everything like that. So, it's just an eBay purchase that I picked up, specifically for that video. So that's basically it.
There was no YouTube Studio back then, so you couldn't edit out the dog barking.
No,
at the door. You couldn't, exactly. A stray fart that gets unleashed in the background somewhere. You can't, now. So it was like, it was a wild west of, uploading and recording, no editing, unless you had like a software on your Microsoft desktop or something, then you could do that, right?
Right.
Wow. So that's another 40 cards.
In the books. What do you guys think? How did we do? Let's see. Unicorn Cupcake, which is a great YouTube name. So it looks like Cecil Fielder's son. I don't even know what that's in reference to at this point. Prince Fielder. I don't remember showing any Prince Fielders off. You aren't priced out. Just get a 5.
I think because Vlad's kind of chubby and
Vlad, gotcha.
Kind of a bigger guy. Yeah, Prince Fielder's a big guy.
Shakira's Closet says that. I know it's Shaka's Closet. It's not Shakira.
Shakira's Closet.
Larry says, "Here comes the judge." How'd you know I was going to take the? Did he know I was going to take the old judge card out? What did you take? Oh, I probably was like, I'm gonna show off my oldest card, and he knew. Yeah. And then, great job, guys. Thank you. All right, guys. Any last words before we sign off? We are 2 hours and 3 minutes. A long video.
So up next from you is your take on the top 10 iconic cards, right? Is that up next for you?
Maybe. I might have to do a video about commenting on my own video, because I've got like 400 comments on that video that I did about a week ago. I might have to and there's so many people that had people that were like, wow, that was such a great video. And then there were so many people that were like angry and they didn't like my video. And it'd be great to kind of do a rebuttal to some of because it's hard to type up my response. Sometimes I just need to explain. You need a medium to explain everything.
And 400 comments. I don't think I have 400 comments in 13 years on all my videos total. Okay.
It was pretty cool. It got a pretty awesome response. So I was kind of happy about that. sometimes you need, like, I don't want every video to be like that, but it is good to just every once in a while have a video that people react to.
I had one of those last year. I think I did the sports card market was crashing. I had like this crazy guy and the charts going down, and that got a lot of people. I had like 170 something comments on that or whatever it was. That was like the one time that ever happened. It was right at the right time. It was right when things were just going nuts too. And I basically took out 5 cards and said, these are now dropped like a rock. And I went through like 5 different ones. You know, the market's crashing, just whatever. It's kind of, you know, very clickbaity. I didn't have any goofy thumbnail. Just
you mean like the one that we created tonight?
Yeah, that's you know, we look like tool sheds in that fucking thumbnail. Okay, so that's the difference. We know we look like idiot thumbnail. All right, so some people think it looks cool and it's clever, and it's not. It's fucking stupid.
You're holding Mickey Mantle cards and you're staring at Keith Comstock. So hopefully some people get that that's a joke, but they probably won't. They'll probably be like, "You sell out," you know, whatever.
Hey. Yeah, who wants that Mickey Mantle card when you die anyway, man? No one's gonna buy Mantles anyway, you know. So
Ron says I got creamed. I agree. Junior Guerra says this was modern versus vintage war. It was. Thanks for sharing. Says Unicorn Cupcake, which I still love that name. Good video. Thank you, Junior. Lots of fun. Much enjoyed again. Thank you, Mark. Your reaction to your own videos. Yep, that's what I might do a reaction to my own video. I will rewatch tonight to help my insomnia. Watch this video again. I've been told that. What's up?
No, I said, woof, watch this one again. This is a 2-hour
good
video.
luck. Yeah, you'll be up all night.
Yeah.
I've been told that burning a blaster box creates comments. That's maybe a reference to Mike, baseball collector.
Oh, geez.
Oh my God. He got destroyed.
Yeah, he got torched.
Yeah, he
ill-advised. Yeah.
Joe, do you have a 38 Gaudy? No, I don't. Thanks for bringing that up. Junior says, even with a gold Altuve, you think he still beat Joe? Yeah, exactly. I feel like you shot yourself in the foot with some Altuves and LeBrons. Thought that was the Keith Balls card. Love it. Yes, that was. You know, in the thumbnail it was kind of small, so like people might not get the joke. Actually, some shops are like that now. Card Collector 2's shop is nothing but modern basketball, football, all graded. Yeah, I know. It's a different world now, guys. All right. Any last words? We're at 2 hours and 7 minutes. I think it's time to sign off.
So we could sign off. It's 2 hours past my bedtime, but we have. I guess it's up to you, Joe. We can go to card number 200. You let me know if that's something you want to do. Again, it takes me 5 minutes to pull this together. I know for you it's a lot more work. So.
Yeah. No, I just I need, as you saw, I need like a couple of days to prep because it's
whenever you're ready. You let me know, and we could do this again, and it's going to get more and more interesting. I think it's the more we do. So. Anyway.
I'm gonna start buying cards just so I can be like, oh no, this, this is my 180th card. It's a
38 Gaudy Joe DiMaggio.
Right, 38 Gaudy DiMaggio. Oh, how did that get in there?
The reprint, but it's still 38 Gaudy Joe DiMaggio.
Right. I might have to start cheating. I'll grab other people's collections. And showing them off. All right, good. Guys. Anything good? All right.
We're good, man.
A good time. Hopefully you guys had a good time doing it. I know I had a good time with this list. It's a fun way to show off some cards I haven't shown off in a while. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And Vince and I will talk to you later.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Take it easy, Joe.
Yeah.